I'm about to say is very serious. About a month ago, I pulled up to a gas station. It's about 3 miles from my house. Now, if you know this area like I do, you know that there aren't a lot of gas stations in this area that stay open for 24 hours. There's actually only a few, and we don't count the Quick Trip because the police is always at the Quick Trip. They live at the Quick Trip. There's probably only about 2 other ones in the area that are 24 hours that aren't a Quick Trip. It's about 5 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, and I'm pulling up to get some gas. I'm tired. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, and so I wasn't really like all the way there with it, but I woke up real fast when I realized what was going on. Step out my car, and I want you to understand, I live in Northeast Cobb. Like, this is about as relatively safe as you will find in the area. There are 2 black vans parked at the gas station. 2 been murdered. Those who don't know what murder in the car means, it means when the car is all blacked out, chrome delete. Black rims, all black everything, super black, tinted windows. You can't see anything. Now it's 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm not all the way awake, so I'm not really thinking about it. But then I stop and I think for a second. I'm like, hold on. First of all, there's never anybody at this gas station at 5 o'clock in the morning other than the people that work there and when my black ass stroll through there. Maybe 1 or 2 other stragglers, but never, and I mean never in a decade of living up here, have I seen 2 black vans, out-of-state tags on both of them, different states. One said Kentucky, one said New Jersey, sitting at this gas station. And then I looked over. There was 1 other car in the parking lot. It was a young lady, and she was there by herself. And I could tell she was terrified. She might have been terrified of me too. My black ass hopped out my black car in a black hoodie and black gloves at 5 o'clock in the morning right next to her. She might have thought I had something to do with it. Went inside, I paid for my gas. But I did something more important when I really realized what was going on. I went and sat in my car while I was pumping my gas. Then I got out my car and I looked at the van. And then I got in the car and made it look like I was reaching for something. And I turned around, like bulging in my hoodie, and started walking towards the van. And they pulled off, fast and in a hurry. I also want you to understand that by the time that I walked back out of the gas station, one of the vans had looped around to block the exit. So that really, if you wanted to get out, you was gonna have to go past one of those vans. And the other van was situated at a point that it literally just had to move about 10 feet to box in the whole exit. Now I hear a lot of dudes out here talking about who you are, what it is you do, how much you love your hood. Right now, I love the women around you enough to protect them. This is the heaviest trafficking area in the United States right now. In the United States, Atlanta, Georgia is the heaviest trafficking area. So some of you dudes need to do less posing and selfie and so-called representing your hood and actually represent your hood and start protecting your neighborhood, most notably the women in it. It's very real. It's very problematic that I don't hear enough men speaking up on this issue as if it's not occurring. It's very problematic. So pissed off. Because here's what I understood from that situation. I understood that whoever did that, maybe it was the people in the van, maybe it was the information they got, but they know my neighborhood and know my area. You see, if you know that gas station, you know that there is literally about 5 or 6 ways to get out of this area just by getting through one light right up the street from where that gas station was. You see, they knew that that was the best gas station to pick to try to get somebody at because they knew that was the quickest way in or out, which means they know this area, which means they live here too, like I do. I've been riding around looking for their ass, by the way. So, all of you men who claim to be men, now is the time to actually be one and behave like one. It's very, very simple. And I don't want to hear that old coop you up in Cobb, because on Sunday night, when I was on Virginia Avenue, and I saw a young lady waiting inside a convenience store for an Uber, I stayed and I waited there with her at 1 o'clock in the morning on Virginia Avenue to make sure that she got in her car okay. And not only that, I did one better. I said, I'm also going to walk you to this car. We're going to check to make sure that the doors and the locks in the back seat haven't been taken out, because they doing that shit too. Choice is yours. But you know, you play chess like I do, you know the first rule that you learn is to protect the queen, because it's the most powerful piece on the board and the most important. Some of y'all still playing checkers. It's all good.